Board of Park Commissioners, January 16th meeting, call it into order, approve the minutes, and let's just run around. Make a motion to approve the minutes for 11/21. All in favor? Aye. Public comment. Recap on the Milton Community Health Planning Board.
Yeah, a lot there, you know, there was 47 attendees, yeah, 47 attendees over at the council. Obviously run by the Milton Health Department. And it was good. It was a good turnout. A lot of departments represented and people around town, and was identifying any areas they feel a concern as a result of their survey, public health survey that they had put out. So it was just they kind of broke everybody up into groups and everybody kind of worked together in identifying and maybe making suggestions where things could be improved, you know, and identifying different areas and suggestions. So it was good. It was, you know, nothing was resolved. They're going to try to work on a plan based on the results of what everybody had for suggestions last night. So
yeah, that was a great thing. Some of the things I think that we could look at that I don't really know. Programming, you know, I don't know how much adult programming we do, but I'm sure we do. And right. So, you know, I think the biggest thing for all the programming is how much space we have. We're constantly trying to get space. So, this is why we want to do this master plan and figure that out. And we're going to get ready for that. It's something that we want to put on our radar to see what potential we could do for adults. That was the one takeaway, and then some of the other things I think are like, you know, teen programming. What can happen with like teen programming? But the rest of the things, I think those are probably like the two main things that can look at. Obviously, we do the den here, which is Sean was here.
Yeah.
Everybody was there, so that was great. But yeah, that's pretty much the takeaways from it. Yeah, so.
And like to say, I mean, especially with the adult program, like facilities, you know. So, right. I mean, we run the adult golf, we run the adult tennis. You know, there's a few things that we run, but you know, obviously those run tennis courts. Golf is run at Park and Pog, and you know, I'm going to work on trying to bring back the New York trip this year. I haven't done that in a couple of years since COVID, so I'd like to work on. I've finally found a bus company that will give us somewhat reasonable rate. You know, I mean, we could have put it out, but it was just so expensive. I just knew we wouldn't be able to fill a bus. You know, the price. And some towns are combining towns like to work together to fill a bus. You know, so that's an option, but can be a little confusing. You know, so. This year we'll work on maybe a trip back to New York.
I do permit a men's and women's pickup soccer. They've come to me.
Yeah, I know. Like Jamie has done that before.
Yeah,
and it's fallen out, and it's like falling off. So
where do they do?
Down Andrews, Sunday mornings. It's from like 8 to 10. It's pickup, and the men's do it too. Men's more, I think, more.
They do it over.
At Kelly.
How they do it?
Yeah. Well, they kind of go around, but men's has been longer and more. I'd say more people playing than the women, but pickleball's huge. They're just banning it in Nantucket. I saw this morning. Yeah, it's on the. They're gonna ban it. Yeah. They're gonna ban it. Yeah, I got out of the shower this morning, the TV was on, and I haven't got one complaint about it.
Yeah. Kelly. Just leave it at Kelly. Don't do it at Andrew.
I think you're right. But it is, I mean, what you're just saying about the seniors too, and the senior depression is great. loneliness, so any activity.
Any activity.
Paul said this before, I know. Paul cringes, but I would love to see some sort, I mean, they already play it. Even one weekend, just try a tournament or something like that. Surprised there's not adult pickleball leagues, like the league of Milton playing Braintree or Milton playing.
They had a bunch. I mean, there's a group. I just
There
don't
is.
know.
Right,
Yeah.
They play every Monday, Wednesday,
they
Friday.
play Kelly.
Huge.
Huge, yeah.
Drive by Kelly, there's 30 people out there.
And Halloween,
11 a.m. on Tuesday.
they dress up in costumes for Halloween. I mean, they're into it.
They're going to do the tournament. They should be the ones to.
And we have bought them new nets and a new storage locker, and right now, they're happy with everything. So,
Is, they don't have an application on CPC right now. Well,
I don't know what happened
No.
to it,
What-
like what they.
They just did that study. And
Yeah, they did a
used,
study.
they used up the money for the study, and I don't think they, yeah.
Yeah,
and-
I don't know if they're, I don't know what's happening at Cunningham, like, what Gary's thinking, like, if they want to put sports there, so. That might be a good option because it's away from everything, you know, so maybe they're thinking there's gonna be sports there.
pickleball tournament. They can get some adults. You do it in the middle of the day. Think about that.
Yeah.
Really good. You don't need to take a place at night. You don't need to take a course at night. You can do it Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. All right, CPC projects.
CPC projects, yeah, so I think, I got some emails out, with Nick. I need to follow up with him to get the, formal, I know he did a draft for me for that. It's gonna take some time, obviously. The Kelly dugouts, that project kind of got delayed a bit because of the formal RFP process. So I want to make sure I get ahead of it so that July 1st, that we can actually do the study.
Yep.
So once the funding is there, do it.
No, it's not Kelly project.
The Kelly project won't start in spring, so it's gonna happen in August, which will buy some time, but I also just don't want to. We don't want to screw up the program for the spring. So it's okay. So yeah, that will go out. I know Pete's been doing the proposal, so that'll hit, and then good to go soon.
Rob, have the projects now all been approved? And where's the CPC?
Everything's been approved. So all the
The master plan is.
It's approved by the CPC.
Right.
Now it's gotta go to the town meeting in May. So all the projects that are, they just need to be approved at town meeting. Once that goes in, we can still do the, hire, like this RFP process. We can still do that even though the funds secured, so that we can get ahead of it this time.
Right.
And start it. So that'll be- hopefully, we'll have a consultant start doing similar process and have workshops. So I'll keep everyone up to speed on that, and be great for participation. Anybody who wants to participate. It's gonna be- I don't know if
do you have anything
Yeah,
else?
go ahead, yeah.
So finally went out to bid. The dugouts, the pre-bid walkthrough was Wednesday, February 5th at Kelly, if anyone's interested. And that is, people who thinking of bidding on the project, they'll meet with us, with Pete Jackson, myself, and if Rob's there. Just ask questions about the project. Maybe they haven't even seen the project, the scope of it, where anything is. So that's Wednesday, the 5th at 11 a.m. And then the bids are due February 12th, Wednesday. And that will be in the parks office. Yeah, they're hand delivered. We'll open them up and see what we have. But there was a little delay, but now we're back on track. And I, like Rob said, to do it in the early spring, you don't want to mess up the baseball and softball season if you don't finish by the first week in April. You know, you can't be half done on something. You just can't.
And it's gonna take some. Could take up to 12 weeks to get the
product.
just to get the product. So that's that's.
You just never know what the weather is.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. And I just think we're better off. We could realistically start baseball second week in August. And then softball, you could start third week in August. Is that when summer ball's done?
You could start August 1
No,
because we're done by August.
But don't,
I think it
summer ball, yeah.
it's
So
fall.
fall is none for baseball.
Middle, by August, summer ball's done.
Yeah, like the third week, like last year, I looked at you guys were done like the third week of August.
Feel that way?
No, like so I think
I thought,
we're done. We're like I know
but the playoffs,
Usually done.
it's usually done in July.
Maybe trickles into like that first week of August, but doesn't really,
so
August is off. Really nothing to come off.
Yeah.
Kelly the same thing. So
Yeah.
I mean baseball. No.
So we'll check. We can check.
I think you're safe to say, yeah, safe to say August.
Yeah.
You can deal with just playing, I don't mean, you can get by with that.
And it will be good too, because I think we previously when we were looking at like doing the concrete work and then waiting on all the material.
Yeah.
It's nice to just have it all there and done at once.
Yeah.
Because of,
So again, if anyone's around the 5th, you want to be at the walkthrough, we'll be there.
Well done. Thanks for putting that left.
So obviously keep on it. We definitely want to know what the decision's going to be on that. It's been since April or whatever at the DP's office. You know, we keep getting response back. We got a response back from Richard this week. He's supposed to meet with the DEP, a representative from the DEP. So let's hope that we'll get the decision, or at least a status on where that project is.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't.
Right.
Yes.
Round.
No, it was cold there.
February 14th.
It was February 14th, so. So we should at least have where looking.
Yep, it's been.
Yeah, so we had some DEP had us do some, I call it retesting. Originally, we did soil samples, test pits in September of 2022. And then when the appeal was made to the conservation with DEP, they wanted us to do the testing pits again. Now, originally they were done 7 to 8 feet down, and everything was fine. It was good gravelly material and reported there was no ledge or groundwater 7 to 8 feet. And DEP said, that's fine. Now we want you to go 10 feet. So early December, we did 10 feet. And now the results are in with DEP, and we're waiting for their response to that. The retesting that we already did, that we went down an extra 2 to 3 feet for the test pits. And again, it's like, hurry up and wait. They gave us 70 days to do the retesting. We did it in a week because we want to get this going. Again, through all this, I hope, we get somewhere if somebody tells us something, because that's all I know. I don't have any other information, just that we didn't meet in December, so didn't really share this with anyone, but I kind of knew that the extra 2 to 3 feet would be the same as the 7 to 8 feet. So that's where we stand with that. And if anything comes in, I'll let you guys know.
Short and sweet, snowball ends in 3 weeks. Got another 2 weeks left in Friday night basketball. Irish Step started last Thursday. We've got an idea event coming up. January 20, what is it? 29th. We'll be starting February vacation baseball clinic as well, but I'll report that in February if we do a meeting before that. So that's it for us. I mean, who runs the baseball? It'll be Greg Lannon, the high school coach, and Brendan Morrison. Morrison, so yeah, him and Greg work together, but I had to talk to Greg because he's a high coach. So you need to be doing this, and Brendan will just help him. They work together. They work good.
So we're doing the spring permits right now. Not everyone's put them out yet, but lacrosse is already put in. They have a special one for soccer going on. I am getting a lot of requests for baseball and softball fields. I don't know if other towns are shutting their fields down. They're doing, I don't know. It's weird. I've never had it before, but I tell them no. We don't have enough for ourselves. Yeah. These AAU groups.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. AAU groups. Yeah. We don't have enough for ourselves, you know. Boston teams. Monarchs or Diamond, I forget it, which is I'm like, no. Me.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, lived in Quincy, we had 700 fields. Yeah, it would, I mean, that's a luxury to have, put it back in the,
Yeah,
right, but we don't. And it would, you know, begging for what we have, you know, trying to make things work, sending teams here. I mean, Milton National, they use fields in High Park.
We did too, right? We did one year. It wasn't.
Point 32.
Oh, it was, there was a field in Hyde Park. I remember that.
Yeah, the DCR fields. And
It was nice, I mean, because I live over there, so. It was
yeah,
always
right.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, there were bridges over there,
That's right.
but probably for a lot of people.
So that's it for me. Right.
We have a group up at Blue Hills. It's been kind of a little bit hands off this year with Blue Hills, which is very different. I don't like the non-control, but we've kind of handed it a little bit over to them because they have the new software and kind of handles all the waivers and which is everything. No news is good news. I haven't heard anything. Usually if I hear something, it's because it's negative. So I haven't heard anything. So everything seems to be going along. They're fully open. They're offering, yeah, and they're offering tubing this year. And obviously that's not to do with us, but so as far as I know, everything went well. Last week they started and they're off this weekend because it's a long weekend. Holiday, so then they pick up the following week. They have several weeks after that. Also, I think I was looking to see if you might have been there last night, but they have a new community service officer at the Milton Police. And we in an email got together with him, and we do with that gym legacy in the spring and in the fall. Now we do that angler education down at Turner's Pond. So we're going to actually do it together with the Milton Police this year because they want to kind of do something with us, so now that they have the community service officer back, might try to look at doing maybe a couple things with them. I think we talked about before, maybe like a basketball or something with them,
Kids
Yeah, kids against, so something like that to kind of plan maybe a couple of events along those lines. He wasn't there. I didn't see him there last night. So I haven't met Jordan at all. I think, have you met
Jordan? Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan.
You wouldn't say 4, you want the number. Really good kid.
So I think there's some opportunities there that we can do a few things too.
Mentioned, possible stalking.
Yeah, so I actually heard back from the state. You know, I mentioned before about trying to get Turner's Pond on the state stocking list, you know, for the fish stocking. And obviously they stock Houghton's Pond. They also stock Hillside Pond, which is and not easily accessed by the public. And, you know, I actually had a call earlier this week, someone complaining that if it's stocked, it should be able to be accessed by, there's no parking along Hillside now. So anyway, I reached out once again to the state and they connected me with the Mass Fishery Hatchery. And they are going to work on getting Turner's stocked and see what we can do. And if nothing else, maybe swap it with Hillside. You know, so that would be great if we could get stocked again with some trout. And so we'll see how that goes. If that goes anywhere, it would be great. Yeah.
Meeting.
On it's February.
17.
No, that's what I was doing.
13th or 27th.
That's fine.
What's on the go with you? So make a motion to adjourn. All in favor?